Right. Welcome everyone to this episode where I, your Dungeon Master James, take these 6 intrepid adventurers through their journeys across the lands of Barovia, where they attempt to break the curse upon the land, the curse of Strahd. This is Cursebreakers episode 26, and we'll begin with our introduction starting with Cam.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I play Cade Everwood, Paladin of the Asimar.
Yep. And then we'll go to Jamie.
Hello, I'm Elias Fernand, the Bard of Law.
And then we'll go to Chris, who is muted.
Hello, I'm playing. Doing it the other way around. So I'm Life, playing a cleric of Eos.
That's more bizarre.
And then we'll have Steph.
Hi, I'm Steph. I am playing Corky the Barbarian.
And then Kirsty.
Hello, I'm Kirsty. Apologies for being absent last week. I am playing Raven the Rogue.
And finally, Tank.
Hi, I'm Tank. I play Hellwind the Rogue.
So, as a brief recap from the last session, after their long rest, the party decided, you know what? That treasure chest is interesting. Actually, I've missed something, haven't I? There was a dream sequence revealed after Cade was revealed not to be sleeping, which involved a talk with Mother Night. Mother Night has promised to lift the curse because she's quite impressed with how skilled Eos's alchemic curse deciphering. And revealed that more information about them, should you wish to seek it, was found in a book called The True King of Barovia. After reading this book and studying it, there was a bit of a revelation from Eos in the fact that now knowing that reincarnation is a thing, that they themselves might be reincarnated. And there was a bit of a discussion on this. The party then decided to investigate the chest that was glued to the ceiling. Upon opening said chest, the floor fell away, and they had a very, very dangerous and difficult battle with some poltergeists who couldn't hit them. Even though it was save-based, but their skills were terrible. The party then continued their exploration and were confronted by a statue of the God of Secrets, who basically threatened to kill them all unless they revealed their secret, in which case he would allow them to leave. Porky, showing a rare amount of intelligence, decided to make a deal with this god in exchange for...
I don't know that I call it intelligence. It's probably a bad decision in the long run.
It's a smarter thing than what any of the others were trying to do. Even if it does backfire. Like I'm pretty sure we've had before, choices have consequences. Porky agreed to provide a bond to this creature to provide it secrets from outside the temple, believing that, like the other powers here, it is bound not to leave the temple. The party then continued their exploration and found the first few of the amber sarcophagi, as well as a Strahd who actually proved a little bit of a challenge, did some damage, but not enough to bring the party down. Would have been much more dangerous if Eos wasn't keeping that lantern of revealing yet.
Yeah.
Now let me just think. Cade, Porky, and Helwyr have so far all taken gifts from the temple. And as Aos goes towards the first or second one to draw them in, they are confronted by 4 strange creatures. Humanoid, but with a single eye. And that is where we shall begin, and we shall roll for initiative.
Let's get on the right map first.
Oh yeah, you guys need to go up. I moved to the start screen.
We're too
I mean,
busy
we-
looking at the beautiful face of Strahd.
I mean, we've not gone through the door yet. It's fine.
The door's
Also,
open.
Music Maestro.
Yes, I know, I'm getting there.
Let's kick it.
At this point, I'm just like,
Oh, you guys
Set.
can't hear that, can you?
just to hell we're like, yeah, that one offered me powerful eyes, but I didn't want it.
Yeah.
What?
I think my music is being
That
stupid.
one over there offered me powerful eyes, but I didn't want it. You're welcome to that one too if you want.
Yeah, speaking of eyes, we have too many in this room.
Or too few, considering they're people. Damn it, my music isn't working. Why isn't my music working? Why is voice
Yes,
being...
what omniscient voice said actually.
Yeah.
Hmm.
One of my settings has changed this time. Sorry, slight technical difficulty.
That's all
We'll
right.
have to deal with this without music for a brief moment.
It's all right. We'll kill your monsters while we wait. While you wait. All right.
Question: my hound goes on the same initiative as me, doesn't it?
No, it has its own initiative.
Does?
Yep.
Right.
Just click the initiative button when you've got the token selected.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I know what it might be. Maybe I need to reopen Spotify.
Not sponsored.
No, not sponsored.
Who's going to be controlling Bjarkan now?
Sponsified.
I shall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
who's got Sean?
I'm cool for Casimir or Chris.
Using
Yeah,
keys
Casimir.
not playing.
Bjarkan.
Sean. My brain is not working tonight. Yeah,
I only say that because Chris remembered counterspell last time.
That's...
Even if it didn't count.
Oh yeah, it says Bjarkan. Cool.
I don't know why that's not working.
Chris!
Oh.
I've just seen this.
Can you hear that now? I think that's playing. Right? You guys hear music?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, if everyone's rolled for initiative, it's Helwyr up first. But I will say that you have seen Porky touch this statue here and appear to become much more swole.
Yeah, I'll go touch the statue. The sample.
Okay, so again, you recognise the voice, but rather than Porky, whose one was similar to this voice is similar to your own, just distorted, perhaps like a darker version of even your echo. And it basically asks you if you want strength.
Sorry, Discord dropped out on me.
Yeah. So it basically asks you if you want strength.
At what cost?
Well, I'd like to say that remember what your floor is.
Yes, I want strength.
God. Twisting up his arms.
God damn it. Oh,
It's literally, I want power no matter the cost.
Oh my god, yeah. He just wants to know for his like accounting. Like
yeah, it's
So-
my accounting purposes.
I mean, to be fair, I did just offer him the one that offered me powerful eyes.
Yeah, but this one is literally strength and it has called out to him. That is the details of it, but essentially your strength is up by 4 and your maximum on that is 22. But I will need a charisma save from you.
wow. Still not
Yep.
evil.
Yep, you are still. You can feel it eating into your mind, but the only thing that it seems to change is that you have the urge to bully people weaker than you because that's the flaw you have gained. You will bully others to make them feel weak and inferior.
Great. We have 2 bullies in the group.
Yeah,
I,
Right.
you know this.
and the echo just, who actually I don't know if is out at the moment, but you just get the feeling of the echo grinning. And I will say that I'll just move you across is your
Yeah,
turn.
sorry.
Great. We have 2
Yeah.
Hellweir echoes.
Forky.
Yeah.
Your turn,
Okay.
at least, unless my initiative's being weird.
I don't know. That's fine. So what exactly is happening here? I know obviously Aos has said there's something in that room, but
Yeah, that is all they have said for the time being. There's too few eyes in there for what there should be.
Bear in mind, this isn't even like combat's ended. We went out of combat and straight into combat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you saw the spiritual weapon like zoom out of that room and into this room. So you've still got probably a bloody axe in your hands.
yeah, I know you've also got to remember the fact that I have to adjust to being a bully. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna shove Aos out the way. Get out of the way. Hello. I'm just gonna swing straight at the one that's in front of me.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh, I don't like it. Am I still raging?
I would say yes after the.
I don't know how long.
After
It's
the
not
fireball.
been quite long enough, really. I'd say you're still raging.
Okay.
Swing wildly.
We're going reckless because heck, she's just charged. She's barreled in.
Yeah.
Like literally shoved Aos out of the way and just.
Wow.
29.
That is a very solid hit. For 19 damage.
And second one again. We'll go reckless. 29 again.
Yep, that's a hit.
There we go.
Yeah, you kind of cut through that one a fair bit.
I'm sorry.
Yuck it up.
Don't be
This
sorry.
one,
Be angry.
slightly off to your left, turns, and I would like a Constitution save from you.
Oof.
It's a glares at you, trying to rot through your body, but you just sort of just shake it off.
I scream in its face.
Yep. Bjarken.
Cool. Bjarken is going to start going clonk, 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 and will, I don't know, yeet Aos's sister at them.
Can't speak through it.
He'll just use his action. Oh, he only has 25 feet movement. Never mind, he gets just outside. No, do you know what? He's gonna spend an action and get into combat.
Okay.
But he's gonna spin around this side.
Aos.
Okay. Let's have a look.
One thing you will notice about this room is there appears to be a shattered amber sarcophagi at the back with a wolf statue perched atop it.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
woo!
A wolf statue?
Mm-hmm.
Shotgun.
And
I don't remember that there last time.
no, well, you obviously weren't looking hard enough.
Well played. Alright, okay. That's strange. Either way, these evil creatures are staring down Porky and I'm seeing not a nice effect. So I'm gonna cast Spiritual Guardians. Spiritual Guardians? Spirit Guardians. Third
Okay.
level.
Bring it
Yeah,
out.
my allies are my allies.
Yep.
And I guess the Hellwere Hound. Alright.
Yep.
And at the start of their turn they can roll saves.
Blender time.
Also, after seeing that horrible effect, I'm just gonna turn around. I'm just gonna look this way,
Okay.
averting my gaze, and I'll just stand there looking at Casimir. Alright, that'll be my go. Oh wait, I got a spiritual weapon, huh? That'll also smack an eye guy.
And did you drag out your spiritual guard?
Yeah, it's underneath me now. Whee! That's over there. That's under Bjarken. That's over here. Goodness, it's everywhere. Alright. 22.
I mean, did you bring out your blend roll? Because I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I'm doing that in a second. So 4 points of force
Okay.
damage.
On the damaged one, yep, that is a hit and damage. Okay, and what save is it at the beginning?
DC 14 wisdom save.
Oh, let's see how wise these creatures are. Not very. Not very.
14
Does
damage.
make a save.
13 damage. If it's half, yeah, saves half.
Yeah, so it does take half. And then it will. I would like a deception check from you, Aos.
Okay. Deception.
You don't have much to beat.
Alright.
Deception. Sorry.
Deception.
Yep.
Oh. What am I deceiving, I wonder?
You feel something trying to probe into your mind, as if it's trying to get secrets from you, but you're able to basically form a shield in your mind blocking it.
Oh, really? What the hell? I've already told you my secrets. Can't go prying anymore.
The creature in front of you just seems to tilt its head, and then the others all just turn their gaze to you. But it is Hellwere's Hound's turn, but as Hellwere is preoccupied, he won't have been able to give it orders.
Ah, yeah.
So it will be
That's
Kate's
right.
turn.
Okay, K will move his full movement
The very hairy Cade.
into the room.
Oh, God, what happened to you?
I don't want to
Kate.
talk about it. And yeah, that is going to be Cade's turn.
Okay. Raven.
I mean, he's all the way in the other room, and I'm still a little bit perplexed about what's going on myself. But anyway,
You can hear the sounds of Porky smashing things.
Yeah, and from what I've been told, he's concerned considering her sudden change in mood. But I'm gonna stick out here for now. I'll get my rapier out, but I'm gonna wait out here for the time being.
Interesting. Okay. Do that next. Okay, so one of the other creatures will turn its gaze. I'm going to say on you again, Eos. So I will need a con save as it attempts to rot you.
Okay. Oh, turning away didn't work after all.
Nope.
19 though.
Yep, you make the save easily, so you take no damage.
Oh, maybe it did work.
Casimir. Whoever's controlling Casimir today.
Yeah. Do you want me to, or do you want to, Jamie?
I'm happy for you to. You're the one
Yep.
that remembered counterspell, so you're probably more likely to remember. What to
Okay,
use.
sure. All right, Kona Cold. Everyone dies. No, no. We'll do. I think a little magic missile never hurt anyone.
Oh, I still need to edit that.
That's of course. But
Yeah, just roll it as just roll 1d4 plus
Okay.
whatever it
I
is.
should
and then-
assign targets first as well.
Yeah.
I'll do 2 to this guy on Porky,
Yeah.
and I'll do 2 to the left of that guy,
Okay.
and I'll do it at second level.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So should we just because of how magic missile is meant to work, should we just take the first
Yeah,
missile damage?
with
So
that.
it should be 3, right? Because it's 1d4 plus 1.
Oh, I looked at the higher level cast one first. My bad. I mean, yeah, either one.
Yeah. Okay, I will tweak that. I need to do that. So
I'll do it for you. Don't worry about it. I'll do it.
yeah. So your first missile kills that one. So unfortunately, that's a wasted missile because
No,
you
that's
have
fine.
targeted
That's fine.
the
That's
other
kind of
two.
intelligible.
Yeah.
That's
So,
why I did split it in the first place, just in case it did kill. Otherwise, I would have been waiting for all 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, he's just gonna. Actually, he will move out of the way. After that, he'll go into this corner.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Lias.
Like I'm playing gluten free again. Yay!
5, 10, 15.
But a competent one.
It's actually quite ironic because Casimir has a severe gluten tolerance.
So,
That's
so seeing those guys in there, I'm just like, ooh, they look super gross. Let's make them more bearable. And bring out the fairy fire.
Okay. So yep. Okay. I'm
Can't
that,
see very well.
Oh, look how much of a good boy that statue is.
No, they're not as gross looking.
So they need to make dex saves, right, for that?
They're sparkly.
Dex for
Yeah, it's dex. Yeah. Fail.
Oh wait, I was meant to be 10.
The goodest of
Two
statue
fail.
boys.
Yeah, 2 fail, 1 pass.
Yeah, that seems to work. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No. Yeah, I'll give Porky an inspiration.
Right, so Porky, yeah, Bard Inspiration.
Deals the most damage, so why not?
Okay. Bringing us round to Helwyr.
Insert something mean here. I can't.
I don't need your puny inspiration, Bard.
Right. In Infernal, Hellweir's going to look at the Hellhound and say kill.
Sulphurous smoke billows out from your Hellhound. From you, actually, as you speak.
Yep. 5, 10, 15, just shoves past Goliath. 30,
I'm going to roll something for the Hellhound.
and I'm just going to shoot a crossbow over everyone's heads.
Fair.
Hey, James, I think we're missing one enemy from the initiative.
Are you? 1, 2. Yes, you are. But which one? You've got that one.
Top left corner?
That one, top back.
Yeah, top left corner.
Right, I'll quickly do their turn now after you take your shot, which does hit.
Yeah, it's going for whichever one I can see.
I'll say this front one, probably.
Because lighting hasn't appeared to me because I'm not in the doorway properly.
Oh yeah, I didn't do a wisdom save for the other two. Need to do that.
And there's a fire, I'm just
Oh
going
no,
to shout,
so
"Duck,
one
you
of
cunt." He's going to say, duck, you idiots, and the trigger.
Okay, so that one takes that damage, and sorry, just making sure it's that one that would. So I just need to make 2 wisdom saves because I didn't do the one for the other one.
And then as a bonus, I'm going to summon the Echo, but I still haven't worked out how to do that.
You literally just drag out the Echo Helwyr token, where it says Echo Helwyr.
Yeah, it just tries to highlight everything.
No, you're clicking the wrong area. Click on that
Am I?
name. Yeah, the name of it. I think.
Oh, I see. Yeah, my bad. Right, still learning. 20 odd episodes. Still learning.
So it was 13 damage, wasn't it, for your thing?
Right, juggling tabs.
Everything's running
12.
incredibly slow again, Connor. Yeah, that's fine.
And yeah, that's
Right,
my turn.
so again, I need another deception check from you, Eos.
Oh God. All right. Well, deception. Fine.
Okay,
Take my secrets.
so feel free to whisper me a secret that you have not told the secret god.
Okay. I'll think of one in just a second.
Yep. And now it is Porky's turn.
Not that he'll live long enough to keep it.
Okay. Well, the one in front of her is dead, so she's just going to step forward into the fray.
Yep.
Kia.
Yeah, basically swing.
You just called dungeon on this.
Huh?
You just called dungeon. You're not dungeon master. You're just dungeon.
I am
No, it's Dungeon Master.
Yeah, but when you type a whisper, it just says dungeon. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I am dungeon.
18.
That is a hit. Which one's that to? The one to the left? Or
The one in front of me.
Yeah. You do have advantage on it because it's.
Oh, it's fairy fire, doesn't it?
Yeah.
28.
It was a hit anyway, so I'll take the damage. Go okay for that second one, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Oh,
Correct.
ooh.
Fat damage.
14 plus 2, 16 damage. And let's see what the critical hit table has for you. You can, well, technically you don't have a free hand because it's a great axe, so you can shove the target if you want.
Yeah, shove him with my foot. Knock him to the
So
ground.
he gets shoved back a square because there's a statue in the way. Bjarkan.
Bjarkan is going to slap this top one. With giant. With giant slayer. 7.
That is a miss, but it does do 2 attacks.
Good.
Cade continues.
Good. Take all the bad rolls. Save them all for Cade. My plan is working excellently.
Right, then this Nothic will make its wisdom save, which it does make, so it takes half the damage, which would be 7. And I am going to say one thing, which you will notice at this point, most of the party. This spiritual guardians, as these alchemic symbols move across the amber sarcophagi, it is slowly chipping away at them.
Okay.
Oh.
And Eos, you hear a voice in your head go, "If you destroy them, all the secrets will be gone. If you destroy us."
What? You're the secret eye god. Do I know if this is like a bluff?
You're not
Sound
sure.
okay.
All you can see is that these your spiritual guardians, these alchemical symbols seem to be, as they're passing over, like reconstructing parts of the amber and turning into nothingness.
Okay, alright. Shit. Okay.
So far, I will say, because I'm doing them on initiative order 20, they have taken 13 damage.
Right. Okay. I'll let this Nox take it. Is it his turn now?
Yeah, he
It's
took
Nothic.
the damage. He
Okay.
halved, and now he will glare at. I'm gonna say Helwyr. I will need a Constitution saving throw from you, Helwyr.
I didn't reach that far. Okay.
Yep. Actually,
boy.
Do I not have inspiration from last session?
no, and even then, you used your inspiration. I remember you using it.
Luck. Screw you.
Yep, you do have luck.
There we go.
I wasn't going to remind.
Oh, fuck.
Nice. Well played.
So, you take 7 necrotic damage as part of your flesh rots away on your
Yes,
face.
On your face.
I'll
Just
touch
add it
the
in.
beard. Leave the beard alone.
Eos.
Okay. Let's see where the other nothings are. Alright. I plan to drop it at the end of this round.
Yeah.
So before it gets round to initiative count 20 again. After that, I would still keep smacking these things with my spiritual weapon. I'll go for the one with advantage.
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Hey.
That's a hit.
And 6 points of force damage.
It's not bad. Okay, the Hellweir Hound.
Still got an action.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
you
I'll
still got
also-
your action. Sorry, forgot
I
about
think
that.
I will. I'm going to tell the dead on it as well. I can do another wisdom save.
Yeah. How wise is it today?
Hey.
Not
There it
very.
is. 12 points of necrotic damage. I'll
Yeah.
wither its face away. I'll make it have dry eyes. Or eye.
Where's my Optrax? Right, the Hellweir Hound. You ordered it to kill.
Yep.
So,
50 foot of movement. So,
yep, feel free to move it. You should have control.
yep. It's going to squeeze past Eos. I think that's as far as I can.
Yep.
go. Cool.
Casimir
Yeah.
really is a blaster. Oh my god.
Is that? Yeah, there is one right next to it. So I'm going to.
With advantage because of pack tactics.
Yep. So roll 1d20 plus 5. Yeah.
Yep. Well, just click where it says it's attack and it will work.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Oh well, never mind.
So that's
Oh, it's
an
advantage,
8, so-
isn't it?
Yep, you have advantage, so click again.
Oh, for...
Okay, let's see what your critical miss does.
Well, that's,
your-
it wouldn't be. It would just be a miss because the advantage it would have been the 8.
That is true, actually. Yep, that is true. Yep. No, the Hellhound is immune to the blade. Well, that's what I thought you meant. It's been put on the list of don't kill.
Yeah.
And your blender is now gone, right? She said you drop at the end of your
At the end of the round.
at the end of the round, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, only gets one attack. Yeah, that's it.
Cade.
Right. Cade is going to rotate to the other side of Byakan. And it's going to go for this top one. And let's pray that my dice rolls are good on this one. Yeah. 16, though.
That's a hit.
Is also with advantage, isn't it?
Yep.
Even better. I will take. Oh, I don't have Hunter's markup, so I'll ignore
That's
that one.
still enough to kill it. But as it
Beautiful.
dies, it says something in Undercommon. Who here speaks Undercommon?
I think
Oh,
the
wait.
residential drow.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay, so you hear it speak something in Undercommon, but unfortunately Raven's a bit too far away to hear it, so you don't hear what it says. But
Okay.
it does point towards Chaos as it says it.
I'll try and keep in mind what it said, and so I can
Yep.
try and repeat it back.
This is going to be interesting.
Yep.
Your accent is terrible.
I shall try my darndest. Second swing at the bottom one. Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, it's only
That is
13,
a
13.
that is a miss, unfortunately.
Oh look, you missed. Who's surprised?
Raven.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It hurts because it's true.
It hurts me to say it too, so we'll equal on that.
She's only saying,
Cade does make playing the bully easier.
she's only saying what we're all thinking.
To be fair, so why are you apologising? Before you had this curse, you shoved him on the ground into a dead wolf's head.
True.
Just get in, squeezing past Eos. Beep beep. And he'll look at her and he'll just go, I think that one was pissed off with you, the one that just died.
What?
Before he steps over, they just says, one more. And there we are. 21.
That is a hit.
Head piercing.
And you will have your sneak attack damage, so don't forget to roll that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you
Oh.
you walk in and basically just go, nope. There is still one left that is currently sort of slammed against this statue.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay. We can make
it
it
was
with.
out of range for your spiritual guardians.
Oh,
So
was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Casimir will come around the corner.
yeah.
Well, it's time to boil this thing's eye off. 24 to hit.
That is a hit.
And 16 points of fire damage. Melt away.
That does finish it off, and with that, the battle is over, and I will turn back to some other music.
I think those things served the god within that amber. I remember there was a god of like knowledge or secrets or something. Not a god, rather some sort of deity, perhaps power. Whatever that thing is. She points to the amber.
Yep. You just confirm. Let me just make sure that I'm kind of pointing to the right one.
Those were its little secret gatherers. And one of them stole something from me. That's why it had to die. But...
Cade pats the good boy.
Oh.
And immediately, as you do, you hear a familiar voice in your head. It's like, oh, have you come to pay your tribute already?
Who dis?
Ah, you don't recognize me, Cade. After all after all the effort I put in making all those curses for you. It's Mother Night.
Oh. I'm sorry, your voice was a little... Anyway, yes, I mean, as much as these curses are delightful, what are you doing here?
Well, I did say that there was an altar to me here, didn't I?
You curse, who dis? Well, I didn't expect you to be in one of these statues.
Oh, I'm not. Look on the ground beneath this statue. This is just where my statue was placed.
So you can watch over us as we go through?
Well, nothing to do with you. Don't think quite so highly of yourself. I like you, but not that much.
If I'm quite honest, I don't.
Ah, damn it. Roll 20, whoever set this up. You've labelled both of these as the West Sarcophagus. Right. So I'm going to say that the eastmost one is the one that is calling out to you, Eos, whilst Cade is seemingly speaking to this statue. None of the rest of you can hear Mother Night speaking. But Cade can.
Oh look, he's finally lost it.
Finally?
Okay. There's something wrong with your skin?
I'm
face?
talking.
I'm not sure. You didn't have that before.
No, and after recent conversations, James, is this the what does the fur look like?
It has, now that you've, it seemed to take a little while to adapt, but if you were to put a name to it, you would say it has more of a vulpine look to it, fox-like. Not
Right.
entirely, like it's sort of shaped, like the fur around the ears almost gives those sort of like fox ear shapes, the bit on the face almost gives like a fox snout a little bit.
Oh my god, I'm becoming a furry! Ah!
But yes, the one to the east is calling out to you, Eos.
Let,
A whisper.
I'll let Cade finish this little thing first.
I'll just kind of like look at his arms and say, yet another curse, most likely.
Personally,
Perhaps-
Cade, I think you've never looked better.
You had something to do with this, didn't you?
No, but I think, I don't know why, but you remind me of someone. And at that point, in Cade's eye, he sees a mirror reflected in front of him. And he sees a familiar looking face to him in that, but no one else can see this image. But he also sees his own image next to it and sees the similarities.
Cade's mouth just agape.
No, I can't place it. Must be... Oh well, I'm sure it's not too important.
If it is a curse, Cade, then I can try to get rid of it.
Oh, Eos, wanting to get rid of the curses. Again, only Kate is hearing this. If that happens, you also get rid of the good things.
Cade?
He is just kind of like staring like directly in front of him. Just, I'm
Everything
assuming
has
it's
a
almost like I'm staring into the mirror.
At this point,
yeah,
I think
at the
Air would come
statue.
over and take a hold of his hand and pull it away from the amber.
He flinches to fuck.
Yeah. His hair stands on end slightly as you do that.
It was startle, it wasn't fear.
As
Yeah.
you flinch, the spiritual weapon dissipates. Now, tell me, what bargain did you make with that thing back there?
I became a little braver, you could say.
Hmm. At the cost of this?
Kind of
Gestures to you.
looks at his hands and pipe down. Sorry. Yeah, he looks down at his arms and says, I assume so. I don't feel much different. I feel a little braver, a little hardier.
Those are
Um,
good things, I guess, but
however, I didn't think it would be this.
you're still you, yes?
I'm not quite sure.
Hmm.
Whilst this is going on, would anyone else be doing anything in the room whilst they're having this conversation?
I'll probably use the other chat with the Echo.
At this point, well, Eos would be addressing the rest of the group anyway and going, is anyone else who's touched the amber felt the same? You don't quite feel yourself anymore? You're not sure?
I feel better than I ever have, to be fair.
Nah, I turned down mine. Went for me.
We should really be more careful. These things obviously have not just physical, but mind-altering powers.
Says the drug addict.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
I've not...
Don't lecture other people on making rash and stupid decisions when you're obviously taking drugs.
I'm not taking them for any old reason. I thought they was helping me sleep, and it's not really exactly it. It's not addictive. You can roll an insight check.
Fucking drug out.
We all insight on that.
I know what chemicals I'm putting into my body, trust me. It's only a sedative. It's to help me sleep.
Also, who came running into this room first?
That was because I saw some sort of creature in here. That's why I actually sent my weapon in first. Well, and my sister. Sorry to call her that.
Bloody weapon.
Looks like I actually get away with that. Yeah. The deception check. I think she's deceiving herself as well, not realizing that morphine can actually have a. Yeah, it's just a sedative. No need to worry about that. Now that I know Cade is the one with the curse, well, we fixed the curse. I no longer need to take it.
I'm getting real sick of this place and its curses. Thank you, Bjarken.
What the heck was that?
It's just the chicken up. Yeah.
It's
It was
literally
a woman saying something.
it's literally the Cursebreakers Kiara.
Still.
Damn it.
Caspiancas.
Bjarken, are you about to touch that amber?
You can fit so many eggs in this. Slap
like he's going
sarcophagus.
Bjarken looks at it.
Oh no.
I hadn't considered this. Do any of you have torches out currently?
I have the lantern out. Not a torch though.
Bjarken seemingly tilts his head as if not considering, then goes and places a hand upon it.
Oh no!
Yes.
No!
Here we go. Cursed chicken ahoy.
And his alignment is switched. He is now still true neutral.
That's 20 on the
20's a 15.
-5.
He's a chicken.
Does this mean he doesn't get a floor?
Yeah.
No, he still gets the floor.
It just doesn't change alignment.
Right, I will, because someone else is controlling them, I will give the details of this.
Okay.
Right, so Bjarken has gained the dark gift of Delbin, the star of ice and hate. It is the power to unleash deadly cold.
Oh my god.
The dark gift grants the ability to cast Cone of Cold as an action.
What?
That's so good.
Gains the benefit of a Ring of Warmth.
What?
Gains the following floor. Fire terrifies me.
I mean, that's natural anyway.
Becomes vulnerable to fire damage.
It's so
Oh
chicken.
no!
Yes.
He's afraid of being turned into
Quick one.
fried chicken. Well,
It's
Barovian
sitting
fried.
next to a hellhound.
Uh-oh.
Also, Porky's poncho is continual flame because she's technically raging.
The chicken just sort of looks between the two of them and then just bolts out the room.
Come back! No!
But
Bugger.
when the gift is used to cast the Cone of Cold spell, a d6 must be rolled to determine the damage done to the beneficiary's body.
What?
Wait,
Each effect can only be applied once unless indicated otherwise. On a 1, the beneficiary's body becomes icy to the touch. On 2, they lose all feeling, becoming numb. On 3, the skin becomes blackened as if from frostbite.
Jeez, alright.
On a 4, a greyish-white crystalline deposit of frozen water vapor collects on the beneficiary's body and anything touching their skin. On a 5, their body becomes vulnerable to bludgeoning, force, and thunder damage. On a 6, their movement speed is reduced by 10 feet, but that is the only one which can happen multiple times until the speed is reduced to 0.
Wow.
The effect of this gift is not reversible except by a worthy sacrifice of souls to Delbin during a starry night.
So we just got to
Wow.
send Byakugan on a freaking killing spree at night.
Yep.
You see that
No.
church over there?
See that orphanage over there?
Yes.
Right. But
Bugger!
what was that? Tank, you're very quiet, then I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I said I love how the two holy people came out of orphanage and church.
Yeah.
But, Eos, this one next to you is drawing you to it.
Goodness
As if it
sake.
seems to almost be whispering, I can answer all your questions.
They're very persistent. Alright, I think as people are distracted with the chicken night, I will go and touch this
Yeah,
amber.
because this is almost instant.
I will literally
Right.
just put my index finger on it.
Welcome. It seems you have finally found me, Kirat, the Star of Secrets. I can grant you the power to glean secrets over vast distances. But know this, that gaining the knowledge of such secrets comes at a price. But I am sure your mind can take it.
At least your forefront. Others have seemingly kept their flaws at a secret themselves.
Well, after all, I am the Star of Secrets. It would be unfitting to grant you the power without granting you the price.
Well, there seems to be a bit of overlap here. We've just met a god of secrets.
Did you now?
But I suppose there can only be one god of secrets, surely.
Yes and no. But Nephiron has his reasons for saying what he does.
Nefer.
He is certainly a good gatherer of secrets. And perhaps to some such as you, he may appear as a god.
That's what I thought. I didn't expect him to really have godlike powers. Some sort of bluff, perhaps, just to keep them.
I would not challenge him to a fight, mind you. Well, I would. I wouldn't recommend you challenging to one.
Let's see. He spoke about a toll in the mind.
Yes.
Exactly what does that mean?
Well, you've probably noticed some slight changes in personality to your friends when they have taken these gifts.
Indeed.
Well, let's just say that the ability to glean secrets comes with the price that you too will change. How is a matter of the fates.
Fates. Well, I have my fate already. Our fate as a party here is to defeat Strahd. And if something changes my mind so that it doesn't align with that, I'm afraid I cannot accept this.
Well, I will say this. Nothing that this does will stop you going towards your goal. It might just change how you see that goal.
Well, that matters as much as the goal. We're defeating Strahd for a reason, not just killing him for no reason. The point is to save this land, to liberate the people.
Yes, but consider this. If that is the goal of the you of now, and that is the reason for it, then is it not worth paying a price? Even if the new you doesn't see it in that same way, you will still be achieving the goal of the current you.
See, now I don't know if Eos would compromise giving up her own self. I don't know. That's a tricky one. But she is
Well,
interested in stuff. That's the thing. The only reason she wants this power is actually for selfish reasons. This, I don't think, is actually going to help her in that goal, or at least she doesn't believe that anyway. It might actually do something, but I don't think she'd use that for that power. And the reason why she would want to take this isn't for defeating Strahd.
Yeah.
And so I think Eos tries to pull away the finger of the
Then
ember.
allow me to sweeten the deal ever so slightly.
Here we go.
I can see into your heart, Eos. I can see that perhaps more than any of your friends, you have questions, but not questions about the world, or questions about the future, or even questions about your friends. You have questions about yourself, who you were, who you are. Do you not?
She momentarily kind of looks around the room, almost as if wondering if they could hear her in this moment, wondering if this interaction is taking the place over a second or a minute. But
It seems
there is
to be everything around you seems to be going in almost ultra slow motion.
okay. There is a slow nod from Eos.
Then, how about this? If you accept my deal, then without even you using the power I provide, I will answer you one question about yourself. And I will answer truthfully.
As I should hope you answer all your questions.
I am a guardian of secrets, not a guardian of lies.
This deal is still on the table, even if I do not take it in this moment.
That is very true. But
Then I shall return. For I do not wish this power immediately. This I do wish to know about myself, who I was. But in this time, this is not a time for myself. This is a time for the people of Barovia. I will not forsake them or be distracted from that task. Not now. Not now we're so close. I will return. And I try to pull away.
you are able to pull away. It says no more.
Okay. Alright.
So what'd you get?
I did not accept. I'd be much of a hypocrite if I just said we should be careful about taking mind-altering powers if I just took one myself.
But I will say, Eos, that now upon pulling away, now that draw has gone, you do notice, as perhaps Cade will have also noticed, that this wolf statue is marked with the symbol of Mother Night.
It's
Cade.
her again.
I know. This is what she was mentioning, I'm guessing. Something we'd have to leave behind. If we don't want your curse to come back. And it has to be something Of sentimental value? Something of worth
Something of worth to both of you.
to both of us, as in individually, or both that we share?
But I would say you can either leave one item individually, or one item that you share a bond with.
Or one bard? Or...
Yeah, you could leave the bard potentially. That would probably work.
Okay, no, I'm joking.
He may walk away.
There
I
is one
really
thing.
care about Elias.
There is one thing we share, which I gave to you as a gift. It's that backpack. it's the backpack.
I was thinking about the steel hombre tablet.
What about the
No.
fluffy handcuffs? Fluffy handcuffs.
I think I know what I'm
No.
doing up, though. If I was doing it individually, and no, not the fluffy goddamn handcuffs. I don't want to imagine Mother Knight using those.
Cade.
I kind of wish you did, and that would be hilarious to bring back later.
Mother
Yeah.
Night or Mother of the Night?
You go ahead, Cade, if you got something.
Cade will remove his gauntlet, and it reveals a fairly sizable ring on his middle finger on his right hand that he takes off. And I mean, Eos is stood right next to him, so you'd probably see what's it called? Engraved onto this ring is this gorgeous detailed depiction of a great oak tree. There we go. A Groot.
Great
yes.
goat Groot.
A Groot oak tree that is rooted all the way down the outside of the ring and is sprouted full of life. And he places it at the base of the tree.
One of the eyes of the statue, which were amber in colour, and at least to you two seemed to have a glow to it. The glow fades.
Okay. Interesting. And I guess for my one, I will... Eos is thinking about the future of what she was before this life, and she's kind of almost realizing that this life is... It is still a life, but it is not one that was the original one. And in a way, she's kind of almost thinking about giving this life up to find out about her old one. She's rifling through her pack, and she pulls out a envelope, and inside is a letter of introduction, and it also doubles as the guild membership. It's what I use to show that I'm part of the alchemy guild, and it ties me very, very much to my home and my family. And she places this down.
As you place that down, the other eye stops glowing, and the two items seem to almost be absorbed into the statue, and you just hear a voice saying, "The price is accepted. Now be on your way. And remember, children, everything has a price."
It's also, I guess, symbolizing the fact that she's giving up on science and sort of turning to the divine. Now that she realizes she might potentially be something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that her power didn't ever come from knowing about science, it came about something else entirely.
Yeah.
So I'm giving up that background feat. I'm just literally going to delete it off my sheet now.
Okay.
I hope this was all worth it.
It's time to move on, Cade. We can put this behind us.
Alright. Now, I will say, the other two,
Sorry, I got beer delivery.
there are 2 other rooms here, but none of you have any draw towards them. Like the
Yeah.
other rooms. In
Right.
fact, the draw you have almost appears to be. Well, you can feel a draw coming from the northeast of you.
Sorry, could I just ask what AO said just after? Sorry, I had a distraction at the door.
I said, we can finally put this behind us. It's time to move on.
You're right. There's no point in dwelling in the past.
Guys.
She gives a knowing nod. Seems like we unknowingly both gave up sort of our pasts. But she thinks they both still think they're talking about the curse.
We should start being our own heroes. And Cade walks on.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wait.
So I will say that. Actually, let me just check that I'm remembering the room correctly.
Would we like to take a short respite?
I would, but Mama ain't raised no bitch.
So I will say, Chaos and Helwyr, both of you feel a draw to the northeast of yourselves, but you're not sure of a way to get there because it's all solid wall.
Okay.
The rest of you all feel a draw towards the east, including Aos and Helwyr, but they also had one to the northeast, which the others don't have.
Casimir, I know we still need to find your power that you're seeking here. Do you have any idea? Are you feeling a draw like we are?
Yes, I feel it to the northeast, but I see no way of getting there. Perhaps back the way we came. Perhaps the wall we missed.
I think so. There's also staircases up here. I think this perhaps leads back round to the east, the west side.
Yes. From your knowledge of geography, this will be near the room where there was a model of a castle. If you remember that.
I think so. Can I just go up and check, just to poke my head up?
Yep, I will. I will quickly just yonk you to the other map quickly.
Just so we
I was going to say I'll be right behind. Well,
I still do have some of you up here still, but I'll just show you guys where you would come out.
Frantically searches in the darkness.
My lantern, it's not working. Oh, the secret door. Oh, no. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. That's where I thought it was. Okay, cool. Yep. Just double checking that is all the case. All right.
Yep.
I head back down to the others.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay, that loops back round to where we were before. So I guess we head east, back past that guard.
Yep. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you head over that way?
This is a quick one. I'm going to ask the Echo if he knows how to get to this, where I'm getting this pull to the north. Whichever way, northeast, you said?
He says, well, that depends. Do you want the easy answer or the hard?
Oh, just give me the easy answer. So, I'm not playing any more of your games.
You've never been one for knowledge, have you? And that's all he says.
Do I have to set this little fucker on you? The arm sliding. I'll just point to the Hellhound.
I I answered your question, mate. It's up to you to determine how that answers it.
You didn't get this one, did you?
Oh yeah, I got that one.
Well, you got the Hellhound.
Oh yeah. Well, actually,
Oh.
mine was a cat, but different dimensions.
I've got a cat. I have a
Yeah, weirdly, I had a skeletal dog, so it seems like that one was reversed.
All right. I'm going to think on what he said and see if I can work anything out about knowledge.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The library. And I was sort of
Did
looking
you say
at
library?
The library.
Yeah.
The library.
He just smiles.
Speaking
I
of,
was called. I'll call
double
through,
check.
guys. I think we need to go to the library again.
The library.
you do? We can head
Well,
back.
I think that's where I'm getting a pull from the sort of north east. I think you said.
Oh my god, stop running off.
There is a over here. There's a. We haven't. This goes east.
I was going to say, while everyone runs off, I was going to send the Hellhound up first to scout.
Oh.
But yeah, everyone's sort of run off.
Well,
Oh,
as you lot
that's awkward.
get to here,
Uh-oh. At the back of the room.
you see
Ready to tell.
these lovely ladies.
Oh, freaking hags!
Oh.
Wait, no.
And in front of them,
It could
Hey.
be bingo club.
they just sort of grin.
Just
And
grin.
back up.
Just grin.
Yep.
That's creepy.
Grin, and then one of them just goes, "He who shall be the Thane of Cawdor hereafter." One of them's just like, "No, that's the wrong story, Gladys." And I'm pretty sure you got the quote wrong.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Anyway. A gentleman, and such a fluffy one. Well, I think it's fluff. Could be dirt.
Thank you.
Either way, you definitely look like you've spent a lot of time with Grunty. And then the one next to them, the third one you see, is sort of chubbier and has really greasy black hair. Almost looks like an oil slick.
Why are you hiding there in the darkness? I'm gonna raise the lantern of revealing over them.
Hey, Kate, she related to you?
I am going to slap you.
Right, so
Do they
I
look?
need to get some.
Do they look witchy?
They do look witchy.
Wick, they're a bit witchy. Oh no.
And
Ah,
Oh, no.
get
Get too witchy.
I want to say that. I
will
want to
say a bit more information for you before you continue. Okay. To the south, so to the very south, this room here that you can see behind the witches, Eos, Helwyr,
Yep.
you both feel a pull towards that room.
Okay.
So I don't think I gave any of you that one. Actually, I think I may have, but I'm pretty sure it was Eos, so it'd be Eos for two of the ones in there. For, I'm just gonna go through this a bit. What, one thing you notice about this area compared to the other side is everything around here has been mostly symmetrical on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
However, the top of this room seems to have collapsed.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, we have noticed that.
through that collapsed wall, Raven and Elias feel a pull towards it.
Okay.
Ooh.
To this final room over here, which people feel a pull towards. I would say, let me just remind myself, Helwyr, Cade, Raven, and Elias all feel pulled towards this room.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
One thing I will say you also noticed is that as you lot were trying to, as you were coming over here, you did hear these three witches seemingly saying nonsense words
Hmm.
to this door.
Yeah. They've noticed us, haven't they?
Yes, they've addressed you.
Okay. And did they look any different under the light of the lantern of revealing?
Nope.
They
Okay.
addressed the paladin in the room.
And they just sort of look at you and just be like, you know what, Gladys? I'm pretty pissed off about this door. I say we take that on these guys.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
Quite.
Silence.
No, for your own safety, really. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Roll for initiative as their brooms begin to move forward on you.
For God's sake.
Damn it.
Why is everything so angry?
Yes.
It's just like
Time to-
literally sneezes.
Time to sweep up
Roll
the
for
trash.
initiative.
I'll get Casimir in. Sorry. I'll say he's lagging behind a bit there.
He's doing his usual thing.
Seriously.
Stop! You violated the law.
Oh my god, he went fast. Alright.
Here we go again, boys and girls.
We do. Casimir's got a dex of +2, if that makes a difference on the tiebreaker there. Sorry, dex of 14.
Compared to the brooms, what do the brooms have? They actually have the higher dex, so
Alright,
Elias, you're up first.
Where is it? Bippity boppity, shut the fuck up.
oh.
Shut the fuck uppity. Come on, it's simple rhymes.
Yeah.
Actually, now I'm tempted to just stop the music because you can't silence.
Yeah, no, everyone has to play with their mics muted now.
Right,
Yep.
So, okay. Let me just check to see if they've got anything they can do in response. Because they might do.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's get out of.
Okay.
I'm sorry, James.
It's fine.
I'm not, but I'm sorry.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great.
And I just want to ask, but do they have to give verbal command to control their brooms?
They already have. They said to sweep up the trash, and that's what they see you as, so it's going for you. And it's going to make 2 swings at you.
Oh my
Nope.
god.
First one is a miss, and falls prone. That will make the next one. It'll just make the other attack, but he can't get back up. So, It tries to hit you but fails. Casimir.
Okay. Radius dex save. Sounds difficult terrain. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Casimir comes around the corner. Ugh. Hags. All right. You will bring down the icy tundra upon their heads. You cast Ice Storm.
Jesus.
And position it just a bit forward. Yep, so that hits the broom.
Yep.
Yep, there's perfect. And I guess dex saves from all of those.
Okay. I will start with the brooms.
1. Fail.
Fail.
Pass.
Success.
Oof, that cold damage.
Pass. But
60.
that's still 29 damage halved.
Wait, he cast it twice?
Oh no. No. It's the top thing. So
Oh,
it's
my bad.
22 damage halved.
Alright, yeah, I didn't realize I'd already clicked it. Oops.
So this first one failed and gets bippity boppity destroyed.
Hey.
Actually, technically it doesn't get destroyed, it just gets beaten out of consciousness because it's a magic item, so
Okay.
technically it can't be destroyed.
Hmm.
The other two, who are apparently very dexterous, will take half the damage, but their bristles appear to be quite all over the place and frozen up slightly with snowflakes.
11 points of damage.
11.
Yep. And the remaining, when it wants to open. No? Gonna be that guy, roll 20? Thank you. Wow. Now I'm just going to stop the battle music and move back over to the regular music.
Whoa.
Because you just one-shot all three of them.
What?
And now their brooms just fall down lifeless.
Oh. I tried to tell them for their own
Really
safety.
buried in snow. And you just see one of them like holding up a skull as if to do that scene from Hamlet. And the other one just slaps them as it goes down. You just get the see them mouthing, "Wrong movie."
Oh,
Yes,
What?
they did die. They just got
Casimir,
obliterated.
that seemed to be a bit OTT, didn't it?
No. These are witches, after all. Despise them.
I'm sure real witches put up a bit more of a fight, don't you think?
I think they were probably method acting,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I saw.
like reciting things. So, assuming.
I'm pretty sure I saw one attempt to shout "trick or treat" in the silence.
Oh no. Cosplay. Shit.
But all three of the brooms.
Cosplayers getting a bit too into it.
I mean, they were having trouble with the door from the scenes.
All three of the brooms, I will say,
Are still there.
yep, they're still there. They are, yeah, they're just brooms. They're now sort of just laying there.
Do they still seem magical?
Yeah.
I
But
pick one up.
they have not received. Well, you pick the one up in front of you. It does nothing because it's
Oh.
unconscious. It just sort of
I'll
looks
yeet
at you.
it. I'll walk over to one of these ones and.
It's difficult terrain.
Okay, I'll walk over to one and pick it up.
Yeah, Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll pick the
It
unconscious one.
attempts to bitch
Slap it.
slap you.
Miss.
And I will
Miss.
say that the first one would count as a surprise because you were not expecting it.
The floor's covered in ice right now, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
He gets his ice shoes out and he starts skating around on it.
So yeah, that one's bitch slapped you, but then falls limp. I'm just gonna say.
Here and...
Just you go backwards.
Mhm.
And the other one just
Slap it.
sort of tries to slink away.
Now I'm just going to be like, you! Polish the ice for my friend.
You're in silence, so you can't hear, it. You just don't
I'm
mouth
thinking it.
It
So
just
in other
sort of-
words, all we heard was Raven go, wee!
Yep.
It's a shame you won't hear the sound of him making the noises on the ice. That's sad.
That is like the best sound.
That is the best sound.
Just kind of like the subtle crunch.
It's the gliding and the.
The arc can start
Yeah.
trying to skate along the ice as well. Because it's cold, and they like cold.
Don't worry, I
Yeah,
got
I'm
this.
sorry, but he has to make a dex check for that. I'm not. You can't just immediately get on the ice and be good.
I don't know, it's a chicken.
Exactly. It's a chicken and a suit of armor.
Natural 20.
The chicken is more graceful than I am.
He's doing
It
like
starts doing,
pirouettes and...
Yep. It even puts a blindfold on and done 2 sow cows and pirouette.
Camel spin.
He does that one
Can I-
scene from Blades of Glory.
Even like starts skating backwards. Chicken's good on the ice for whatever reason. Unfortunately, the ice doesn't last that long.
Oh
It
no.
lasts, it lasts about a minute. No, it doesn't even last that. It lasts doesn't it only last until like the start of Casimir's next turn, if I remember Cone of Cold correctly.
I think so, so 6 seconds.
Yes.
We
so
get
you
6
on
seconds
6
of
seconds,
enjoyment.
and then it fades away.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say Dex save from the pair of you.
Yeah. Hey, I can't go ice skating for real anymore, so.
Yep.
You
Let
have
me
the
in.
practice. Nope.
Yeah, you're fine. You manage to. You see the ice fading beneath you, and manage to turn it into like. You sort of leap into the air, click your heels to put away the blades, and land perfectly. And Casimir uses magic and just gives you a score of 10.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh wait,
Where's the
it's
flowers? Where's the cuddly toys? There's always cuddly
And the
toys.
chicken needs to make the Dex save as well.
he rolled an 8.
Yeah, he
Not
falls
throw the
flat on his
pushy
face.
snug at you.
And this broom, which was trying to polish the ice, because it seemed to have heard your mental command, is knocked down to 0 HP and just disappears. Not disappears, but it's no longer functional at the moment.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
You're still in the silence.
Can I pick the room that me up?
What?
I was like,
Yeah.
can I pick the one that's in front of me up and just give it a slap and try and wake it up?
Yeah, nothing happens. It just... Yeah.
I'll keep hold of it, you know.
Right, so you guys know the password for this door and this door, but unfortunately, you can't say it at the moment.
All right. We'll check out this door instead. I'll try to open this one.
Which one? This one. Okay, let me reveal that room for you.
This doesn't have amber in it.
Nope, that one wasn't drawing any of you to it, just like the ones on the opposite side weren't. It is one of the 2 rooms below it that drew you. This room. Let me just get to it. A white marble bed stands in the center of this bare stone room. Its mattress long since rotted away. Golden hawks perched atop the bed's corner post, all looking incredibly valuable. The room's remaining furnishings have been reduced to dust-covered heaps. Cobwebs cover arcane sigils carved into the walls.
Oh.
But the arcane sigils do not appear to be glowing with any magical energy.
Casimir, do you recognize any of these runes?
Was that Casimir?
Yeah.
He will walk over, I guess, and
Give him guidance as he walks in.
Yep, Yes, by the looks of it, these runes were designed to protect this room from theft, but I can tell that they have been bled of their magic, so can no longer harm anyone. So if you wish to take those hawks, I would imagine you can probably get about 250 gold each for them.
All right.
And there are 4 of them.
All right. Okay. We'll put them in the loot bag. Porky, got some loot for you to carry. I'll just put all the statues.
And how does Porky react to being asked to carry the loot?
I mean, it's shiny, it's gold. Should just be like, well, you're gonna make me carry it. I just keep a higher portion of the treasure. It's fine.
That is fair enough.
She doesn't say this out loud though.
Okay,
Just,
right.
just quietly accepts it all and sticks it in the Grump backpack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, Elias, this is just rubble. You can feel the pull definitely coming from the other side of this rubble, but there's no way you're getting through this.
Point the wand.
The wand doesn't point anywhere. There's nothing in range for it.
Really? There's nothing nearby? That's secret room or?
Nope.
Wow.
It
Interesting.
might point slightly upwards, actually, but not. It's almost like half-hearted, feebly, just like. Yeah.
A limp wand.
Would you like to explore the other room? This one?
Yeah,
So
let's
why-
go down to the one down here.
I think you meant
So
that
why
one.
is
Oh,
there just a random bit of text that says League of Legends on my map?
Well,
What the what? Oh my god.
I saw it and I
Cousin.
saw it.
Oh my god.
I saw it and I wanted to pull my icon back, but I was like, I can't do that. I've done it
I know
now.
what it is, but yeah.
Brother Khan?
Hey!
Remember that Bjarkan will go nowhere near the Hellhound or Porky at the moment, or Aos for that matter.
Hey, friendo!
I shine the lantern revealing it.
Just going to step back very slowly. Don't pay any attention to me.
Did what? Okay, let's have a description of whatever that was.
The furnishings of this bare stone room have succumbed to decrepitude. That is literally the word it uses. I'm not sure that's a real word.
I
Standing
don't
in
think that's a real word.
the center of the room, its head scraping the 10-foot-high ceiling, is a vaguely man-shaped construct made of dark wood and riveted iron. Its helmeted head stares blindly in your direction. Cobwebs stretch from this terrible artifice to the wrecked furniture that surrounds it. There seems to be some sort of arcane sigils around its body, but they're not glowing.
Hey, Kazan. No? Swordfish.
Nope.
Casimir, do you have any idea what this thing is? I'll cast guidance on him again.
Let me have a look. Oh god, that's a big metal man. But
Or more aptly,
this is a shield guardian. It is a
guardian.
yes.
What does it guard?
For a slightly better image for people, just for viewers at home. Roll 20, behave.
Ooh. It's a big boy.
Shield guardians are created for protection. They absorb damage of its master, but every shield guardian has an amulet that is magically linked to it and can only ever have one.
So find the amulet, control the beast.
Yes.
See if it's lying around.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll check
I'll aid.
around.
I'll aid someone in having a look around.
sure.
I'll cast guide.
I'm always up for searching for stuff.
I'll search alongside, but I won't take the guidance.
Okay.
Casimir, why don't you have a look? You know what it looks like, perhaps. I'll aid Casimir.
They can look different, but I will certainly have a look.
You've done an investigation of your own, so I guess I'll do it.
What's investigation based on? Is intelligence.
Intelligent. There we go.
I'm afraid there is no sign of it here. It is possible that maybe it is somewhere else in the temple, or perhaps it has been destroyed. But it would be worth keeping an eye out. It likely has, I'm just going to say at this point, it likely has a corresponding symbol similar to the knight's faceplate. So where that gap is.
Like a cross.
Yes,
Interesting.
almost.
Do you know if you're able to make another one?
It is possible, but I now need to read more information on this quickly.
Can I look in this other room to see if it's in there? The one where the bed was, just in case.
I will say that between the party, you will have searched these two rooms and it's not there.
Yeah. All right.
It would, well, using the gold that we had from, if we sold those statues, we may be able to buy the necessary components to create one, and then I think I could maybe make one with a week's hard work.
Okay. We'll see if we have that time.
Yes. But for now, if we are continuing to search based on the structure of this room, this temple, then these other two rooms behind the silent spell likely contain more of these statues.
Let's go have a look.
You may wish to drop your silence, otherwise we will not be able to open the door. Because the doors are password protected, like the ones on the other side. It seems that Elias does not want to drop his silence. Perhaps if you draw the shape of the password on the door?
I think Jamie's like been hit by a weeping angel or something. I don't know.
Jamie appears to be
moving. He's
Yeah, I think Jamie's having technical issues.
I will say that
he drops it.
Yes, for the sake of expediency, he drops it.
Swordfish.
And both of the doors nearby swing open.
Ooh. I shine the lantern of revealing in them.
You see nothing in that one, but I will say that you do see something in the other one, and they just
Oh,
sort of stare
oh,
at
no.
you, not going.
Not again.
This place is full of these, I swear. That's like the 4th pack of them you've ran into.
What I miss? The kitten turned off my computer.
We removed
Oh.
silence just so you can proceed, but
How did you remove it?
well, we just said that you dropped it because otherwise you cannot explore these 2 rooms.
I did no such
And I
thing.
will say,
Roll initiative.
Aos, yeah, roll initiative
Yeah.
because the attack on sight.
Can we take a quick break before we start another combat, please?
Yeah.
Yes, I will agree to that. Roll initiative and then we'll take the break.
Cool.
Well,
That seems a fair place.
Jesus.
Oh, Raven's going very first.
So we shall be right back.
Yes, we'll be right back where the party will continue their battle against even more flame skulls. Will it take them down this time? Who knows?
Back in a bit.
welcome back, everyone. Just before the party get into another combat with flame skills, I'm going to do a slight diversion, rewind time a little bit, as Cade asks Raven something.
So one of the spooky, devilish one-eye things kind of said something towards Eos before it died.
They did now.
Yeah, it sounded like language that I've heard you speaking before.
And that language would be...
I believe it was your undercommon.
Ah, okay. I think I've only spoken that once here, but okay, carry on. Any idea, any key words or anything like that?
There were only a couple that I really picked up.
He grins almost like this is going to be fun. Okay, come on, try say them,
Right, and now best interpretation, Cameron, of what you think undercommon sounds like.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you in that.
I mean, I think we established that Drow are Australian.
Yeah, I was literally about to do an Australian accent.
I was like, if that helps.
The Sheila's giving me a bloody stink eye.
Right. Okay.
Something along those lines, anyway.
So, Raven, roll me an insight check. And yeah,
Speak it through your nose, mate.
and yeah, and
People used to think I
Kenny,
was.
give me a performance.
Say again, James.
Performance check from you.
Oh, my apologies. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, it's not perfect. Like his grammar's a little broken, and the accent's completely off. He's tried to go Australian and sounds more like a New Zealander, perhaps. But either way, I'm going to whisper to you.
You sound like a hobbit.
Well, I wasn't born and raised in the Underdark, so...
Okay.
Did it say a naughty word?
Words were.
No, but it's juicy, that's for sure.
It's up to you if you decide to reveal this or not.
Oh, he's bloody tempted, he sure is. He's drinking the tea right now. He kind of is as Cade does this, like with his boorish accent and all that lot. He just kind of, there's grin spreads on his face, and you could kind of think that maybe it looks a bit predatory, really, because he's got, he's drow, so he's got a menacing look to him anyway.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks towards where Eos is, and then back to Cade, and he's just like, okay.
And I'm going to say it's at that moment, as you look towards Eos, that Eos opens the door and combat begins.
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh my god. Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
I had kind of like the stereotypical man catch up as like, oh.
Right. Howler,
Yep.
you're up first.
I'm gonna tell the Hellhound to hide because I know these things hurt.
Yeah.
So it's gonna. Oh, it's not his turn yet. Sorry. I'm gonna just take a pot shot with my crossbow.
These things hurt, but hellhounds are immune to fire.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot that. Oh well, too late.
So you're going to take a pot shot towards the only one you can really see clearly, I'd say.
Yeah, that one.
Hide your claw in their face is what he meant.
Music, James.
just a
11.
second.
I don't think I'd get sneak.
Yeah, you don't.
And I'm running and hiding around the corner with the echoes hanging about there.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my turn.
So it was a piercing weapon, which these do have resistance to. And now, Raven, whilst being perhaps distracted by this revelation, you do see that combat has started, and there's more of these annoying skulls. that
Oh,
keep
he ain't
popping up.
interested in them anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, probably by this point, the amount of fighting he's had to do, he's got fed up, I would think.
Okay.
Because he's at this point, he's just kind of like, well, okay, here we go again. I have juicier material now.
Okay.
So what I think he will do, he will, like before, trouble is, because they're flame skulls, he's putting himself at great risk by getting close to them. So he'll get his bow and arrow out and he'll move a bit closer towards the door, but he's not going to start charging in and attacking them.
Okay, so you're readying your action for if they come out, I guess?
Yeah. If one comes out through the door, then he will shoot, but he knows it's not really going to do much.
Okay, that is fair. Elias.
So Elias comes walking around the corner like, so why did you want me to drop this? Oh. No.
Oh my god! How many have you got of those?
Well, I've not used a lot of my second level spells, so
Oh yeah, we had a long rest. I guess yeah, that makes sense.
just like
Yep.
no, and then he just goes and walks back around the corner.
He's moved the balance spell like 20 foot.
Okay, so this flame skull at the back, which was starting to chitter and prepare for something, and then magic happened, and it just sort of looks at these strange arcane sigils around, and then just sort of glares before moving on.
You hear it being like a record scratch and something. I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation.
It's going to risk the attack for opportunity from you, Eos.
Yeah, I'll swing a moon touch mace at its face.
Get from my echo.
Your echo doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yes, it does.
Does it? Oh,
When a
wait, it
creature
might do,
within
actually.
5 feet of your echo moves at least 5 foot away from it, you can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack against it.
Yep, yeah, you can.
I guess
Um,
the held action goes off.
Would it be in sneak range though? Because it's walked past both of them.
And that's a miss. And Raven, your held action would go off as well.
Damn it!
Aim for the head.
Ooh.
That is a hit, and you will get sneak on it. It's not done quite as much damage as you would have liked, but
Well, he didn't expect it to do much damage anyway,
I
so
don't know. Max damage on the hit and average on the sneak.
Hell yeah.
but resistance.
Ah, that.
And rather than using, no, it would. It's yeah. Let's start this off with a bang. It's immune to it, so we'll target this on itself.
Oh no!
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 24's not too bad, I guess.
Well, it is when it hits everyone, so that's
So-
like
It's
4 times.
a certain someone going to do something this time.
Oh yeah, Casimir will counter the crap out of that.
Yeah.
Yep, it is countered then.
I was going to say so long as you guys pass the save, but
Yeah, stop. Yeah, I'm gonna stop that right in his tracks. Casimir just claps his hands, and the flames just
Oh my god,
stuff.
as the flaming skull like goes to erupt, Bjarken's just like
Yeah, Bjarken's like, I'm getting the Bjark out here.
Wait, I missed that one. What was it?
Casimir claps and the teeth chatter to the sound of the Friends clapping tune.
Right, it is Casimir's turn. But one thing he does know about these creatures is
Well,
they're immune to cold and fire.
that is very true, but not immune to my magic missile. Magic
Yep.
friend.
I don't know, he's meant to be Russian.
Okay,
But I don't know if I'm pulling that off most of the time.
try that again next time. Right, second level magic missile at the one directly in front of it.
Yep.
And did that do it properly this time? Ah, no.
Well, it did, but then it did the higher roll bit. So, wow, you rolled max damage on it, and you're doing all 4 on that one?
Yep.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. 20 damage.
And it has no resistances against that, so it gets battered. There's just 4 large holes in it.
Alright. And after that, he will back up.
Chaos.
Okay. Elle sees the flame skull like zoom in and obviously making that attack. She's going to try and block anything from getting through.
Okay.
Does it look like I'd be able to block stuff? Like if I bring up my whole shield and...
They may be able to squeeze past, but I'll say they'll need to make some sort of check to get through.
Okay, then in that case, I'm going to make that even harder by casting Spirit Guardians. I'll have to do that before I go into the...
oh yeah, or just shut the door.
I could even go in, out, shake it all about, and cast my Spirit Guardians. Do the okie dokie and spin around. That's what the elements are all about.
Bum bum bum.
Right, which would bring it round to Porky whilst you're getting that out.
Let's go. So I'm gonna go to here. And we're gonna throw Piglet and Ham.
Okay.
Oh, where am I? Are you going to roll? Shadow will not.
No, you are going to die.
11.
That is a miss.
And then at
Ooh,
20
that
for
is
the
a
second
correct.
one. Go Piglet! Pew!
Okay, and you also get to be able to use the dodge action.
I'm not raging, by the way. That would have died.
Yeah, but either way, it's gone.
Whoop. You're welcome.
Jade.
Okay, I shall be running down into the door, and I can get right up next to it. Yeah, I can get right in. I'll just be like, excuse me, just like slide along past.
I'll let him pass.
Thank you.
I'm imagining as Cade slides past, a bigger grin appears on Raven's face.
He kind of like just like taps her on the hip.
Porky's the one who acts evil, but Raven's the one who looks evil.
And I will draw my Sunblade and boink. Divine Smite.
You know, I can still talk in here. Yep. Okay, you're smiting. Oh, mighty smiter.
Smite me, mighty smiter!
Oh my god. Right, so that's 20 damage.
And
Plus-
technically also it's these as
9.
well.
Yep.
That's 9.
Hold on, bear with, because it's 1 and 2.
I'm 4.
So that's all
Wow,
of that
that's
damage.
19, 28, 50 damage.
That is 44.
One shot.
Oh,
And second strike to the one at the bottom. I am
Choose
not going to
advantage.
divine smite though, because I have no more first levels. Boing. Oh.
You get advantage.
Oh, yo.
Critical hit.
There we go.
No, he can on your target. He's killed that
Uh,
target.
Oh.
Oh, is it only that one target? I thought it was just.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm just going to use the inspiration that I probably had to avoid that nat one, because I already
Yeah.
rolled it. 11.
I see.
Yeah, so you've used your inspiration. It's taking damage. So,
Yeah,
that brings it to Bjarkin's turn, who is terrified to go near them.
yeah. Sorry, I can do this one.
Yeah.
What would
Sorry,
Bjarkin do?
I was like still thinking about Cade. What Cade's doing. Bjarkin will.
20.
And he's also standing next to Porky, who is also
Yeah.
on fire.
Yeah, so he's going to run away, get to here, realise it's a flaming skull, and start running away. So he uses his full movement to get in and out of combat.
Yep. Well, it'll attempt to make its wisdom save against
Cows in the corner
the
here.
thing. It fails. Oh, it technically has advantage, but that was with advantage, so its only other ability is to try to fire raid you, Cade. But I don't think either of those hit. It just sort of has a... You just see it sort of look, and then a skull shouldn't be able to, but it does somehow manage to frown. Pretty sure that doesn't hit you, Cade, right? An 18? Oh no, an 18 does hit you. But it would be at disadvantage because it's a ranged attack within melee range, so... Yep. Hellhound's turn.
So it was told to hide, so it's going there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's its turn.
Bringing it round to Helwyr's turn.
Right, I'm going to try. Can I just sort of squeeze past chaos?
Yep.
If 20, 25, and I'm going to bring the echo in to there. I'm going to poke it with my, or swing it with the silver scimitar.
Yep. Are you?
And I'm going to use luck because 18.
That is a hit.
That's 9 plus 4.
And that is a dead.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Wow.
And with
That's
that,
pretty-
combat is over.
That was
Uh,
the best use of
question.
Strahd I think I've ever done.
Is there anything left of it?
Well, technically, yes, because you would know, having been told this, that if you do not sprinkle holy water on them, they will rise again within 24 hours.
Right,
Get your holy water up.
we need to find the pieces of my one.
Yeah, I don't have holy water, so...
Your one has been destroyed by holy providence. It's gone. You somehow... You just, in fact, you see a little winged, like, angel skull just sort of fluttering up into the heavens. Right at that
Yeah, I have holy water, so I'll work away up over to do that job.
I have none left.
I
Aos,
think I'm.
and neither of you can hear each other because you're in the
Well,
silence.
Oh
I've
yeah.
none left.
I'll sort of beckoning and just like, come here.
To be fair, we can just do what we did last time and bundle them together. One vial does 3 if bundled together.
Yeah, 2 last time.
Or was it 2 last time?
Yeah.
And one of them was killed by Cade anyway, wasn't it?
Mhm.
So-
I have holy oil, so
But that was radiant, so
Oil or water.
oil.
Save the oil. Who's got any more holy water?
Me, but I'm not sharing.
I thought Hellway had the one we needed.
Nope, I've got the potion of fire breathing.
Oh, okay.
Have you got any alive?
No, I used mine before on the what was it I used it on?
The other flaming skulls.
No, it wasn't. It was something I thought would be vulnerable to holy water, but wasn't.
Oh
The
yeah.
the Strahd, yeah, because it was regenerated.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep going around and asking. You say you've got some, Porky?
I never said I had any.
Do you have any? I'm going around the group asking for holy oil one by one.
Perhaps I'm carrying a lot of crap you guys are giving me.
We needed to just get rid of these flame skulls, else they're going to be a problem again.
I mean, if people didn't just run into rooms without looking, and I just literally hand out the holy water.
Is something all right, Porky? Seem a little bit agitated.
Again, people running into rooms without thinking.
We have to find this amber for Casimir. It's what we're not doing it needlessly.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the fact that we're opening doors without thinking first, and every single room so far has pretty much had something that wants to kill us in it.
Hey guys, I found another door. I'm going to go into it.
We've
I do-
been ready for it.
I do agree that could have gone a lot worse if I hadn't come around that corner.
Well then, don't be wandering off. Alright, I'm going to go in and drop the holy water on both of these skulls.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my
Chaos.
hand on the
Both the west and the east one draw you in.
Oh my god.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot
But
about
the one
this.
to the south draws you in Hellware, and it looks like you've gone straight towards it. So
Yeah, I'm slapping my hand on it, just done.
Slap the
Right.
top of that.
let me just find the right one. There it is.
There's so much evil in it.
Ah, you have found me again. The howling storm.
Yeah, yeah, etc. I accept. What do you give me?
Skip dialogue.
I
You've gone from
the
Jamie's no
ability-
thanks, wander off to
I
yeah.
I
Skip.
give you the ability to channel the storm. And you're accepting this, so I will explain how this works.
Oh yeah.
So,
It's like most games, you just space bar for the dialogue. Yeah, hurry up. Come on.
okay. So, as
Second
soon
time.
as you receive the dark gift, you're pick me a side, left or right.
Left, you can't choose.
Right.
What?
I'm left-handed, so right.
Okay.
Right.
The right side of your face sags and loses all feeling.
He's having a stroke.
You
Oh,
now
God.
have the ability to cast the lightning bolt spell at 3rd level as an action.
Ooh.
Wow.
When
He's got
This
lightning
is-
hellfire. That's amazing.
But you've got
When?
brain damage.
the gift is used,
Mhm.
you roll a d6 and d4 to determine the damage done to your body. Each effect can only be applied once to a body part. It can affect your head, right arm, right leg, left leg, and whole body.
So head,
The
shoulders, knees, and
effect-
toes.
Are numb, lose all feeling in the body part, blackened skin, the skin of the body part chars as if struck by lightning, which will also give you the cool lightning scar.
I was like, do I get the lightning skull with that? If so, that's fine.
This harmless blue crackles of lightning will spark from the body part at random,
That's pretty dope.
making
That's
stealth almost impossible.
Maybe
Oh.
not too good on the rogue.
I'm pretty still.
Lose motor control of the body part.
Oh, sh!
No way. So he can only talk with one side of his face.
Yep.
And he can't even
And-
blink with one eye.
And the effects of this gift are not reversible except by worthy sacrifice of souls to Zrin Hala during a raging storm.
Oh, you need to go on the Friday campaign.
Before I turn around, I pull the wolf cloak over to hide that side of his
Yeah.
face.
Right, now, Eos.
Sort of improvise like a buckle, sort of to keep it hidden.
So,
Ready? Oh. All right, go on then. Touch the one on the right.
The one on the right you're touching. Okay, so that'd be the east. Ah, so you have come to me, Psychane. I can grant you the ability to bring back the recently deceased.
I can already do that. I don't need any otherworldly power to aid me in it.
But you only have a few
Spell slot?
minutes.
Yes. I will not
I
leave them. Okay.
will grant you endless ability to use this.
I don't plan on leaving the side of my allies any time. I will be within their reach within those few minutes.
Are your allies the only ones worthy of being revived?
Else it stops in that moment of hesitation. It seems as though someone's been spying on me. What do you know about me?
I know much. After all, I wouldn't have touched your soul if I did not see in it the same hunger that I once possessed. The ability to raise people from the dead, to master life and death. I do not have the power of the corpse star, but if they have died within the last 10 days, they are mine to revive.
Last 10 days. Okay. Well, I don't know if that will be of any use to me then, after all. The corpse star sounds like he's treading on your toes.
Yes, but the corpse star comes at a much bigger price.
And what is yours?
I will simply wish that you gain the understanding that if you help someone, you expect payment in return. Whether that payment is coin, favor, or some other thing is up to you. But to use my power, there must be payment from them.
This is not congruent with what I believe. I don't try to liberate Barovia for my own sake. I don't expect anything in return. And it is not my place to claim that glory. It is the heroes.
Then perhaps the corpse star is more to your liking. But
I respectfully decline.
understood. And now will you go over to the other side? Because that one also draws you in.
I shall. All right.
Okay.
You're not my second choice. I just wanted to make that clear. It's just trying to get through these quickly.
I should hope not, because my gift is to give you the command of health and disease. Your name will truly
it's-
reek of power.
It's you. You were one in my latest dream, correct?
Yes.
You were very forthcoming. You told me much about the others and their prices, so for that I thank you. But tell me, are you the same as all the others?
That depends what you mean.
What price do you demand?
Let me just get
What
my
cost
thing up
is
to
there?
this. Unlike my brothers and sisters, I will not warp your mind. I will simply make a small alteration to your body. You will reek of power.
Reek. I see. And your power is to help the sick and the dying? Or
I will give you command over disease.
I feel like I have almost already conquered such a power. Eos starts to kind of feel out her own senses. I'm just checking something. No, it doesn't. Oh wait, it does. Yeah, I can end diseases. I say, I think I already own such a power. To end disease is what I've been seeking and doing in the first place.
I did not say end, I said control.
Oh. So you're not just a healer after all.
I have been known to heal, but I have been known to inflict disease on those who are deemed worthy of getting it. I help those who do not deserve to be ill and provide that illness to others.
That is questionable in the least. Like, to say the least. It sounds like you've used your power for evil.
Is it evil to punish those worthy of punishment?
I would say disease.
Those who let their people become diseased through their inaction.
I see disease as more of a God's own judgment, not necessarily something that should be inflicted. It's not my place. I'm not really sure.
Then perhaps your soul is not yet ready for this power. But perhaps in the future. I sense that one day you will come to an understanding of this.
Perhaps. But you'll have to forgive my naivety.
Yep. I forgive you. After all, I do not judge people for how they judge me. Okay. So, I will say that that is the end of that one.
Okay.
So, in this next room, the southernmost one draws both Raven and Elias. The easternmost one draws Cade. It's in this room. And the northernmost one draws Helwyr.
Oh, stack them up, Helwyr. I'll walk over and...
Oh, actually, yes, that's another thing. Helwyr charisma saving throw, you just took another one.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Damn it, he's still evil.
Helwyr the uncorruptible.
Right, so who would like to go first?
Should I just get mine out of the way? Because I'll spacebar through it again.
Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I'll,
Look, we'll run out.
I'll go straight in and go, Hey guys, watch this. Slap.
Hey, this is Hellworm. Welcome to Jackass.
I go to say something and then I'm mind blank and I'm like, nah, I have nothing for this. No inspiration at all.
See, that's actually an interesting one for you, Hellweir, what Elias just said. Because this one, as you are accepting it, I assume,
Oh god.
What is it? Just out of curiosity.
this is the one who said that he could help you forget.
Ooh.
Yeah, except just yeah. Come on.
Okay.
Not just read the small print.
So,
Small print. What's that?
so for everyone looking at Hellweir, his eyes melt away upon receiving this gift, leaving empty sockets that can still see.
You mean my face is covered with the
Yep.
wolf cloak? They wouldn't see that.
Yep. Okay. So,
Oh god.
So
yep.
his face is jilted, but then with no eyes.
Would they see that? Because I pulled the sort of wolf.
They may do if they're paying attention.
I mean,
But what this
yeah.
does is you now have the effect of the mind blank spell.
Speaking of mind blank, that's probably where you can find inspiration.
This one,
Right. Can you copy the
Yeah.
link?
I will do. Until the
closed the
spell ends, you are immune to psychic damage, any effect that would sense your emotions or read your thoughts, divination spells, and the charmed conditions. The spell even follows wish spells and spells or effects of similar power used to affect your mind or gain information about you. This will last 1 year.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
But
I don't know where I'd write all that in.
yeah, just put that you're under the. I'll
Mind
again.
blank,
Yeah, put.
Oh, don't worry, I found it.
which is an 8th level spell.
Yep. And the memory that is forgotten, you forget the incident with the rock, so you no longer have those memories of being perilously above a massive drop, almost certain death.
That's fair enough. Because what I've done is because otherwise I'll forget. I've just copied these links onto the front of my sheet.
Yep, that is fine.
What just
So
happened,
I know
guys?
what it does.
I will say, Elias, you do notice this. You notice with that, you might not notice his face sagging, but you do notice he has no eyes.
Does it look cool?
He literally has no eyes.
Does that look cool?
I don't know. Do you think someone with no eyes looks cool?
A sec.
It literally has empty sockets.
Oh, right. I noticed this. Yeah. See, my eyes just sort of drained out.
Yeah, basically.
Do you have
I'm gonna
eyes?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
reach
just,
into my. Sorry, go on.
yeah, you literally just have empty eye sockets that can still see as normal.
I'm gonna reach into my coin bag and pull out 2 electric pieces and slip them into the sockets.
Oh my god, it's literally like freaking Caroline, or Coraline, but
With,
Fair.
with coins instead of buttons.
But I'm gonna do
Okay,
it
Ron.
I'm gonna do it sort of sneaky so no one notices it.
That's kind of creepy looking.
that is so.
It is creepy looking.
It
If
takes
you
me
look
a sleight of hand to
Google.
do that without anyone noticing.
Yeah. So,
I think we're gonna need to update your character picture at some point. You got this, Steph.
I ain't drawing that.
Well, I was looking at gold coins until I saw the shape of them, and I went, nah. At least to let them around.
right. So,
Oh
as
god.
I said, both Elias and Raven are drawn to this south one, but let's do Cade. I've not had a Cade moment
Slip.
for a little bit. So, Cade. This one is, again, with this one, it might not be one that you want. You hear the beating of wings in your head, and you see that
Oh,
large
yeah.
skeletal dragon who just looks at you and just goes, but doesn't say anything until you speak.
Skip.
Just seems to be staring at you.
Can I... Is this almost like a vision in my head?
Yeah.
I draw the Dragon Slayer blade.
It stares at it.
I shout,
You threaten me. The grave worm with a weapon of mere steel and magic.
I am curious by your offer. However, I wish to give nothing in return.
You will give nothing. Your mind will not change. You will merely have a taste you need to satisfy. But it is not one of flesh or blood like the vampires.
What do I give up for this gift of flight?
To gain the gift of flight, you must worship me, not in the form of like you do your mistress, but through the eating of bone or grave dirt. Simply 1 pound is enough.
And I only need to do that once.
Every 24 hours.
I don't know. I'm on a pretty strict diet. You know, paladin rations are pretty filling.
To be honest, from my experience, the dirt tastes better.
Hey, you can't go all personal on me. Just because you're up there and I'm down here doesn't mean I can't throw this sword up there.
You would be granted the ability to fly at 50 feet every 6 seconds.
50 feet per paladin hour.
Make it 60 in every 48 hours and you have a deal.
What?
You can't get
Hey, I'm haggling here, shut up. You can't hear me, it's in my head.
Roll me a persuasion.
He's haggling. Do an extra foot, but only on Wednesdays.
Also, how much is a pound of dirt? Dust.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'll just see how far I can cut this down. 11?
48 hours is acceptable, but you will only get 30 feet.
How about we go back to 50 and it's half a pound? Maybe a quarter of a pound. A quarter pound of dirt.
Persuasion
With
again.
cheese.
Yeah, can you actually add it with something else? Or does it have to be just straight? Can you, like, you know, season the meal with some grave dirt?
Have you got like a, I don't know, one of those shakers?
Perhaps your lover can season it with her alchemy.
So it's essentially a small bag of sugar.
Of dirt. Grave dirt.
Okay, right. Who's going to be supplying this dirt and bone and dust and whatnot?
You.
But how am I meant to find it? I mean, I'm probably going to...
dirt thing.
You kill plenty of people, I've seen it.
I am not crushing up bones and stuff. That is gross. So it might have to be a no for me unless you can do something a little better. I mean, quite frankly, it's very nice to stand before, well, a great dragon like yourself, but...
I mean, you didn't specify that it had to be human bone.
Nope.
It doesn't have
Could
to.
also be dirt, but it has to be grave dirt.
Yeah, just the dirt on the top.
Well, how about this then? You want 50 feet and you want less to eat. And you think that grinding out bones is gross. then I shall make it a little different. 30 feet, half a pound, and if it is bones, and purely just a bone, so you pick it up, I will allow you to turn it to dust.
So I can mix it with a drink?
Yes, I didn't say you had to. It's raw. I'm not a savage, just a dragon.
40 feet and you have a deal.
Yeah, why not? Now, you've accepted, right?
I'm rolling an insight beforehand.
It's a charisma, my friend.
Yeah, I do need. Are you accepting?
I want to make sure that he's forthright about this. I'm not haggling for the sake of haggling.
Yeah, you'd need to make a charisma save, wouldn't you, afterwards?
Yeah. Roll me that insight if you wish.
13?
Seems to be being completely forthright.
I don't know, guys. I don't want another. Screw it. 15.
He's done it.
He's done it.
So, now let me tell you the actual downside of
Oh, here we go.
it. You do indeed
I love it.
have to eat dirt or bone. However, if you don't, in 48 hours, half a pound, you die.
Oh. Oh boy. You need your own personal bone chef.
Every 48 hours.
Oh. That's a toughie.
But thankfully, we stop off for meals and stuff, so.
And as you say that, you feel a terrific pain from your shoulders. And sprouting from them are 2 skeletal wings.
In my vision, or actually, like.
No, in real life.
Skeletal, huh? We've seen these before, haven't we?
This is. I think this
You
is.
haven't seen skeletal wings before, not from Cade, anyway.
We.
He's a different. He's not that type of ASMR.
They don't know that.
What the hell?
Well, you've used the other ASMR ability, so.
Yeah, but they don't know that. They don't know my race.
Cage, what the?
I think he finally unlocked the power that's been hiding back from within.
You look like a fallen angel.
Furry fallen angel.
Yeah. This is my original. No, I can't do it. No. I don't know what happened.
A fairy fallen angel.
A
But still.
fairy fallen angel. Yes, I need to get rid of this fur, but
And
I'd like flex the wings out.
as I'm going to play this interestingly, as you flex the wings, the fur extends along them, almost becoming like black feathers, making them eat much more like raven wings.
Well, I guess my mistress will be happy.
What?
Looking more. Huh?
Speak up.
What?
Mumbling to yourself.
It was nothing. This
As you
is
see,
a lot to take on.
Then stop taking it on. You don't have to bargain with these. I've already turned down 3 of them.
I didn't really accept.
at that, I'm gonna turn around
Inside.
Right on.
We're all stood
I
here
mean,
watching.
I mean, I just don't flat out
Oh
believe
fuck!
it.
Kate literally does that face. It's like.
That's enough.
You just touched the amber and you've walked away with skeletal wings.
I didn't know he was going to do this to me. Now,
You knew. That's the point. That's why I keep telling you, stop taking these deals. They're lying.
Well, at least the downside is just those skeletal wings on your back.
At this point, I'm going to look at Cade and say it could be worse and pull back.
Oh.
Close.
oh god! Oh, I lose a point of constitution. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Very slight, and then I'll cover it back down.
What? How many have you accepted?
You're not even in the room.
Oh, I'm kind of. I'm just.
And,
I'm by the
look
door, whatever.
I look directly at Cade for this.
Oh god,
And
okay.
it's the only Cade would have seen.
All right. Hellweir, we need to stop. Eos is right. This power is going to our.
I can't.
What kind of band do you think we are? That's not the proper look.
Yeah,
We agreed on this last Thursday.
I'm just saying, okay, I can't.
What do you mean you
I-
can't?
I can't say no to it. I tried.
I mean, they're all very charismatic and they know way too much about our past. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I speak for
It's not-
myself in that, but
it's
I've experienced the
not
same.
charisma. It's. I have an urge just to accept it for power.
That's dangerous.
that's very dangerous.
Was this a side effect of the first one you took?
No, I had this feeling since before then.
When?
At that, I'm going to look at Casimir and go, when I pick that staff up,
Bum bum bum.
Casimir?
Casimir has a staff
Yes.
of frost.
Yeah, I know. We all know what he's got.
Yeah.
Is that thing cursed as well?
Not that I've noticed.
Hellweir seems to have noticed.
Must be one of those first to touch curses.
Oh, for goodness sake. I can't keep up with this.
Oh, I didn't ask. I'd start slapping the amber statue again.
What?
You didn't say how to get rid of this. All the others have had a way out of this.
I never said there was a way out.
Oof. Hellweir.
But I suppose the sufficient sacrifice of bones on a new moon could be appropriate.
Bones cooked on a new moon. Okay,
Bones
I'll take you on that.
Cooking
Bones
up,
cooked on a
won't
new
come
moon.
on.
That won't remove it. It will merely
Stop it.
it could slow the effects, and maybe if it's a worthy enough sacrifice, I might take back my gift and the price for it. But you will not get the option to get it back, so think carefully.
The bones of a newborn baby.
Hellweir. Come here, please.
Could you write that in the alterations, by the way, please?
I'll
Well, thank you.
I'm standing
Alright.
for my echo.
That-
I'll remind me to type that up afterwards or tomorrow, Cade, and I'll do that.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm
Right.
going to pull out one I prepared earlier and inject this into his arm. I will cast Remove Curse. I know
Okay.
you can only get rid of
Spell
one, I
check.
think. Oh, man. Oh, crap. Hold on. I'm out of spell slots for 3rd level.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been wasting too many Spirit Guardians.
So you just
Ah.
stop moving for nothing.
Never mind. It looks like I haven't got anything left.
You take
Oh,
1
I'll
point
need
of
time.
damage.
Just stab him. Just like, maybe this will help.
I need time to prepare. This isn't the right solution.
So I turned to Raven. So
Did you actually inject him in the end? Like, did you realise after injecting?
No, God, no. I would have realized, no, this is just an empty. Yeah, that would have injected oxygen into his blood. He would have straight out died. No. I'm just out of. I can't prepare this yet. I need a nice long rest.
I mean,
Right.
I can't complain about what I've gained. Sure, the face is a bit messed up, but I will show Aos the face.
Oh God! We need to stop this. Your thirst for power is going to lead you down a terrible road.
I mean, I put the coins there myself, and I'll take them out to show the actual. I thought they looked fancier.
You changed so much in the last minute. I can't believe this.
Oh, I've accepted. I'm sitting there and count off on my hand. How? 4?
Oh my God! Aoth rolls her eyes. You've done more than I have turned down. Listen, we're going to try and stop you from taking the next one. All right? You can't.
I gained flame ball over there. And yeah, I've never felt better.
And well, before we continue with that, I'm gonna just do Raven's one.
Yeah,
Same time.
I speak to Raven and I'm like, I've noticed you haven't really been coming into the rooms unless something takes your fancy.
Yeah, I don't know what rooms he's been in because, of course, I wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
You got to remember I was controlling Raven last
Yeah, so
time.
I have no
That's
idea
maybe.
what he's been attracted to in this or whatever. So
Which one is yours?
The one to the south.
Yeah.
Which is also the one for me as well. And I just go
Yep.
after you.
Well, thank you. Okay.
And again, Raven, you see that same beautiful woman that you saw before, the one who spoke of being able to persuade people to your side through their words alone, to become more persuasive and to get what you want through persuasion, basically. Ah, it's the lovely young man from before.
Young.
Well, you're young to me, dear. Though most things are. I'm older than these walls. Older than this mountain, perhaps. Older than even this land, some might say. But, as I said before, I can give you the ability to persuade people, to have them at your beck and call via your very words alone.
Now, you see, once upon a time, when I was much younger, this may have been a very tempting offer. But, alas, things have changed, so... It was lovely seeing you again, but no thank you.
You could even maybe make that barbarian friend of yours behave a little better with it. Get them where you need them to go, perhaps.
I do not wish to bend free will, thank you.
That is fair enough. Well, farewell. In fact, because she even ends it with farewell to he who would be king hereafter.
Ooh. What? What is this? Okay.
Because of the other one that you've been offered in this place.
Okay. he looks a bit taken aback by that and is like puffs up his chest. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Good offer then.
I turned her down, and he just walks out.
Wait, which one was this? Her?
She's very persuasive.
Ah, not the spider then.
I mean, you could kind of call her a spider in a way, but no.
I'm guessing it's still drawing me to it.
She
Yeah.
a man eater.
I have to speak to it before anything.
Yeah.
I'll put my hand out.
Now, your friend has of course told you what I've offered,
Skip.
but for you, there's perhaps another bit that might be of interest.
Oh really?
Yes,
Oh, really?
I can give you the ability. Well, it's not really the ability. Not sure of the word. To maybe play your instrument with even greater skill, as well as the ability to make people listen to your words.
Keep talking.
Simply put, there is a limit to what a normal mortal's hands can do to an instrument. I can give you an edge on that. And I will also give people use a chance for people to listen to you, to hear your very words, and be drawn to you, to obey.
Do you have to be so cryptic?
Well, if I just gave you the answer, I wouldn't be very mysterious, and isn't a mysterious beauty all the more beautiful?
Got you there.
Hmm. What is the price of this one then?
Well, you see, the other part, the extra that I've offered you, is part of the price normally, but to you I think it would be more of a benefit. The other is that you will have a great desire for beauty. Not to the point of no control, but you will have a desire for beauty.
Like, I would desire to make everything beautiful.
Or you would have the desire for others to make things beautiful for you. And with my power, that would be within your grasp.
No. I want to make things beautiful. I don't want other people to make things
Well,
beautiful.
you can make the beautiful music whilst they make the beautiful art, to make your music even more beautiful. After all, in a musical, the scenery is just as important as the song.
Dun dun.
That was super same time.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm not in a musical, I'm in a band.
Well, perhaps set pieces. It is up to you.
I've heard enough. Your offer is not what I thought it was.
Then
And I walk away.
farewell.
No sex, drugs, and charisma saving throws.
Yes.
Aw,
And Kate, I would like, I'm gonna say, a charisma check from you.
Charisma
Not
check.
Make it charisma. Yeah, just a charisma check.
Natural 20.
Okay. With that, you understand the ability of how to hide your wings.
Oh, okay. I did actually have a thing for that. So, yeah, Cade's like trying to think is like, what the hell am I going to do here? He kind of like takes off his cape that's already kind of like up in the air from the wings. And he like folds them down tight to his back and throws his cloak over, and then they just vanish and the cloak drops back down. Is like, oh, but that's handy.
Now, whilst you've been doing that, Casimir has, I'm going to say, wandered off a little. and he's staring at this set of doors here.
Could I just talk to Eos before we move away by any chance?
Yep, yes, that is fine. Roleplay.
Eos, before we move along, so one of the statues gave me, I know I shouldn't have taken it, however, if as I was saying, sorry, distracted. One of the statues gave me a bit of insight, effectively. I'm able to get an understanding for people's feelings. However, it has something to do with their bones, or the dust created from their bones.
I see.
It
It sounds odd. It sounds like my speak with dead spell.
It's very similar. However, it's some form of ritual or something along those lines that I have to perform to... Fuck! I want to eat them! I need to eat them to live, Eos. Okay, give me the bone. Fuck! 2 natural ones on deception.
Can't lie.
And do you know what? I used my inspiration to fucking hit something. How stupid of me.
Chaos grabs a hold of your hand. Like, just stop. Listen. I will do whatever it takes to help you. This mission of yours is troublesome enough as it is.
I messed up, Eos, is what I did.
That is fine.
And
You're still you, and you still are on your path, yes? You still wish to vanquish this evil?
he nods.
Then, so long as it doesn't hurt anyone else in the process, I will do what needs to be done to help you.
I wish I could tell you everything, Eos.
You need not to. Let us try and stay focused on what we need to do.
You're right. I've been reckless once again.
And you will again soon, I'm sure. But I will have your back,
He chuckles.
as I do with everyone here.
Why is Raven peeking round the corner?
I don't know, because yes, you're as much as the hero as anyone, Raven. I still believe that. But I don't know which one of it is, so I'll help all of you.
I'll help you find this hero. Whoever it may be. You never know. You could be the hero yourself.
That's not possible.
He smiles. Oh, and then jumps and loses a point of constitution.
Alright. Let's find this power to resurrect someone. And hopefully Casimir will have a way for us to stop this. This Strahd.
And
We'll deal with anything when it comes along the way. But if you need some bones, I will say we can collect some on the way here. And Eos begins helping Cade pick up any of the remains.
I will
These
fill
are already
her.
charged.
Oh, I will fill her in on the full details of it all, in the fact of I need to consume within 48 hours. However, I've strategically thought up a plan that involves vials, right amount of bone dust, and my water skin, and how gross it's going to be. But I've already made some recipes because I found this book by a gluten-free, so he actually has recipes for this kind of stuff.
No, you don't.
It's lies,
And
right?
Not anymore.
Oh, fucking hell.
He has it. The secrets guy.
Oh god.
There's
Yeah,
one here
given
that
to the
says, "Who
secret
needs
chest.
calcium when you can just ingest bones?"
As a side note, the room outside the lich where the treasure chest was, loads of skulls fell out of that, remember?
Yeah, we got skulls. We got skulls for days. Don't worry.
Yeah, Casimir is staring at this door here.
Which door? Oh, something luring you, Casimir?
As a
I
quick one,
I
can
can
I ask-
feel the power from beyond that door that draws me, but
All right then,
hmm,
Porky, if you're around.
but if it's identical to the other room, then it will be a dead end, which means we need to work our way round. But considering how crumbling this place is, it's possible there's a way through.
We'll be ready, I'm sure.
Do you have any means of getting through?
What, through the door?
Oh, I meant like
You
through the.
open it.
I meant like
Alright.
through the rubble.
No,
he doesn't.
I no idea about through that rubble, but there's rubble all over the place. What I mean is that there might be a way through here, even if it should be a dead end.
James, have we seen him use Misty Step yet?
Yeah, you got to see where you're going though.
It doesn't say that on his sheet. It just says an unoccupied space.
It should say unoccupied space that you can see, because that's why Datan had the X-ray shirt, because he could only misty
there you
step
go.
if he could
Space
see
you
it.
can
It
see.
literally says you teleport up
I
the stairs to
don't
occupied
know.
space that you can see.
Eh.
There you go. It's the mentioned door you're thinking of. All right, everyone get ready. We're opening another set of doors.
Oh wait, what?
Yep.
Swordfish.
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 And the door
I need to get over here.
slides open.
Gold.
And let me explain this room to you before I initiate something else.
Oh, okay.
So, piles of treasure are heaped against the west and east of the room. At the edge of the room, near the back, you can see a 10-foot tall statue carved with amber in the likeness of a hawk-headed humanoid. The ceiling is 30 foot high and flat, but behind the statue, there appears to be a crack that you can see, which leads through to another room.
Okay. I'll shine the lantern of revealing in.
Yep. Nothing happens, but Casimir holds up a hand staring at the statue. And he will spend the necessary spell slots for quickness to cast Detect Magic. I sense magic between that statue and these treasures. If I am correct, then moving these treasures might awaken it, but we need to get past it. I can feel the presence coming from that room behind it.
Maybe we're able to squeeze through.
Yes, I think we can, but not until we get rid of that statue.
Oh, which statue is he talking about?
Oh wait, is it? You can not see it, it's on a different layer. Alright.
Okay. Whoa.
Ah,
It's a big one.
10 foot tall.
You think it'll
Yeah.
activate if we try to get past it?
somebody go slap it.
I think it will activate if we disturb the treasure. It might activate if we get too close, I'm not sure. But
Let me
glancing
test.
about, there's all sorts of things here. There's quite a lot of gold, silver.
That staircase at the back, It looks like the bottom staircase of the library.
Yeah, I was thinking the
Yes.
same in terms of layout. Wouldn't that staircase go somewhere?
I'll just
Wow.
call over to Casimir. Casimir, let me test something. If we'll stay out in case it moves, and I'll get my hellhound to walk up to the statue.
Okay.
Use it as a skeleton.
And as it does, I will say we will end the session there because it's about to be initiative time, and 6 minutes till we need to finish. So I will wrap it up there.
Okay.
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 So, for those who are watching, thank you, of course, for watching. Stay tuned because I believe the Last Resort Company is just after this, as usual. Join us on Friday where something will be happening. I'm not sure what, or it might not be. That's a bit up in the air. I'm sure we'll put an announcement out. And join us Sunday for the Witch Hunters. And of course, join us then next week.
Witch hunters.
And yes, so thank you to my players for playing, and we shall see you all next week.
Bye.
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 Bye.